Putting a face to a murderer. The murder of Christy Myrak is a 25-year-old cold case, but the Lancaster County District Attorney's Office believes it may have the key to crack it, a DNA composite sketch of a suspect.
This sketch has brought renewed hope to solving the crime, so how is it all possible? Fox 43's Jack Ebel has an inside look at the company that is making it happen.
In December 1992, Christy Myrak was murdered in her East Lampeter Township home. In October, after nearly 25 years of investigating, the last viable suspect was cleared by investigators, leaving them with literally nothing to go on.
Where that left us was just have a case file sitting on a desk, hoping somebody's going to call and something's going to break. So basically just luck.
The district attorney's office, looking for new hope, sent crime scene DNA to Parabon Nanolabs. It led to this: composite sketches created by DNA analysis. Christy Myrak's killer at age 25, 45, and 55, or at least an approximation.
And they offered, science is providing a new avenue that we didn't have before.
That science is found here in a quiet office in Reston, Virginia, just west of Washington, D.C. It's not your stereotypical lab with microscopes and petri dishes, but with computers. Parabon Nanolab's inception came from the Department of Defense's anti-terrorism efforts.
If there was an unexploded IED in a war zone and they had swabbed DNA from it, is there any information they could learn about that person? Mostly their physical traits, but also who they might be related to if they had other samples to compare it to.
Parabon Nanolabs is now assisting law enforcement in the U.S. A swab of blood or a rape kit sent to the lab.
So they basically are taking the sample, which has cells that contain DNA, and they are extracting the DNA and then analyzing it to turn it into data.
That data is a sequence of letters. Everything about us, including hair color, skin color, eye color, comes in a series of A, C, G's, and T's.
In one person it goes AGGT, and in another person it might go AGAT. And the fact that that sequence is different might be why the first person had brown eyes and the second person had blue eyes.
From those letters, a composite prediction is created with computer software. Predictions of eye, hair, and skin color, as well as freckling of the face and ancestry of an individual just from that sample of DNA. The image predicts the person at age 25. Then a forensic artist enhances the image to predict for older ages, such as 45 and 55. The key word: predict. Their composite sketches are created based on confidence and exclusion. It's not exact.
There's a lot of information about appearances not written in the DNA. So we can only predict things that are written in the DNA.
Their predictions cannot take into account how you live your life, for example, diet or drugs. But they say their composites serve as a genetic witness in cases where there are none. A key part: eliminating suspects, not specifically identifying them.
And so what we're telling them is, okay, well that person has brown eyes, and we said 99% probability the person doesn't have brown eyes. So that person would not be where you would start your investigation. But at the end, it's always going to be that standard DNA match that confirms the identity of that person. This is only going to help lead to that person, not identify them.
The process of elimination is huge help for investigators.
It's maybe in that case we could eliminate Caucasians, or in that case we can eliminate African Americans based on the genetics. I mean, that saves a lot of resources for investigators.
But the composite sketches also get leads. For the Christy Myrak case, District Attorney Craig Stedman says they're sifting through more than 100 tips submitted since the release of the composites a few months ago. They're considering avenues and suspects that weren't considered before, putting the case back on a front burner.
We have work to do. We're doing work on this case now that if we hadn't done this, we wouldn't have done anything.
The science of DNA isn't new, but prosecutors say it's changing the landscape of law enforcement at an exponential rate.
We need much less material than we needed before. They're able to have greater statistics to really identify the person. This is only going to get better.
And Lancaster County officials hope it can make Christy Myrak's cold case file a closed case. In Lancaster, Jack Ebel, Fox 43 News.
Parabon Nanolabs has worked on 150 cases around the country, and 20% of those cases were solved after they got involved. Anyone with any tips about the murder of Christy Myrak or recognize the suspect sketch is asked to contact Lancaster County District Attorney's Office, and you can find that contact information by searching Christy Myrak on her website, fox43.com.